Everybody, if you feel like 2020 has been a complete write-off and you want to start this new year fresh with a clean slate, then one of the best ways to do that is to find ways to up-level your professional brand. Contrary to popular belief, there's no reason to keep a separate personal brand and a professional brand because the line between the two of them is quite fine and blurs all the time. So today we're talking about 6 ways that you can improve your professional brand in 2021. If you're new here, hi, my name is Liz. I love to talk about public speaking, video marketing, and how to use social media the right way for your new business. Don't forget to click like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future videos. So let's get right into it. Now in this day and age, one of the best ways that you can up-level your professional brand is with my first tip, and that is to clean up your digital presence. Now you might feel that you work in an industry or in a profession where it doesn't really matter what is said about you online, but that is never the case. People will always look up your name in Google, especially if you join a meeting for the first time, or you're networking at an event, or if you're speaking somewhere, or if you're applying for jobs, or you've just recently graduated and you're out in the workforce. People are always going to go to their friend Google, type your name in, and see what comes up. So what can you do about this exactly? Now it is really difficult to have things removed from Google if you feel that there is negative material about you on the internet. Of course, you can reach out to whoever published that in the first place and ask them to please remove it from there because that is not accurate of who you are as a person. But if that doesn't work, and if Google themselves are not willing to remove it from there, then the next best band-aid for that is to make sure that your name comes up in relevant circles for good things. So that means really what you're trying to do is to push down any negative material about you lower in the search results so that they don't come up as easily. So that means you would continue to publish content and get your name out there for great things so that if anyone goes to Google and types your name in, that all the good stuff will come up first. Also, every single person should set up a Google alert for themselves for their name. That way you will be alerted anytime that your name is mentioned on the internet so that you're not taken by surprise later when you're trying to clean up your brand. Now my second tip is to use social media the right way. And this is something that I talk about in my course, Social That Sells, where I encourage working professionals and new business owners to not just spend all of their time using social media in a way that doesn't build up their professional brand. So that means that if you have profiles on the different social platforms, your photo, your display pic, should be consistent across all of those platforms so that when somebody looks you up, they know that it's the same person and that brand recognition is there right away. Now sometimes people are afraid of using social media because they're worried what will people think of them, will something come back to haunt them, and all of that. While that may be true in some instances, the reality is if you use social media the right way, meaning to post content that is relevant to your industry, that highlights your skills, that gives some insight as to who you are as a person and the thoughts that go through your mind, the causes that you're interested in, social media can be a really valuable tool because the reality is people are going to look for you there. So if you have an empty profile, that is not really going to do any favors for you. Instead of having an empty profile, it is always better just to populate your social media platforms with some minimal, relevant, interesting content that is reflective of you as a professional, and then let that be there on the internet so that people get a quick snapshot of who you are, and then keep that consistent across all your social media platforms. Now my next tip might sound like a lot of hot air, but in fact I mean it, and that is to be known for something. One of the best ways to up-level your professional brand is to articulate to people and to post to your platforms the things that you are good at, the skills, talents, and services that you provide. That way, when somebody needs any of those talents, your name will come to their mind first. Now, here's the thing about using social media per my second point. If you are a photographer and all of your social feeds feature pictures of your cat, then you will only be known for that. So make sure that what you are putting out onto the internet and what you are talking about when you network and meet with people are reflective of the things that you want to be known for, that you want to be remembered for, and make it a point to hammer home those topics so that your name comes to mind first when they need that particular service. Now, my fourth tip is one that I think everyone should do irrespective of their profession, and that is to own the domain for your name. So similarly, I own the domain for www.lizkocheman.com. So I have the peace of mind of knowing that no one is going to purchase that from underneath me. Once you own your own domain, you can just put up a simple landing page, or if you have the scope to build out an actual website, and that will just serve as your digital resume. You can update that with whatever it is that you're doing. You could talk about what services you might provide or how people can reach out to you. You can even use it as a space to cross-promote from your other social platforms so that it continues to just drive traffic back and forth to the places where you want it. The great thing about it is that when someone goes to Google and types your name in, that will come up really high in the search results. And that's a great place for people to land if in fact they are looking for more information about you. Now, my fifth point can be relevant at any time of the year, but especially if you are particularly looking to clean up your professional brand. And that is to upgrade any of your skills that you think might be in the weak areas. So when you are reading different job descriptions or when you are looking at different roles of things that you might like to work on, for sure at some point you will bump into a line that has a qualification there that you do not meet. So of course we cannot all go and do our PhD tomorrow so that we can satisfy every requirement, but there might be some general skills that you can up-level. Take stock or ask your friends and family members if they think that there's some areas of improvement for you. That could be with regards to your communication skills. It could be about your writing skills or something on a digital platform that you need to upgrade, or maybe something having to do with your general computer skills. There's always something that we can just make a little bit better. So try to invest in a course or enlist the help of somebody that can help you to just upgrade that. And that can be one more thing that you can say that you do within your professional brand. Now, my sixth tip is going to be the hardest for you to implement if you are an introvert, but I promise you that it will get you some of the best results. And that is to be the first person to reach out. So what do I mean by this? Now think about all of the different places where we have to make a connection to someone. At networking events, at virtual events, different types of meetings, on social media, or in other discussion groups that we might be in. So as soon as you meet somebody that you think would be aligned to your personality, might be interested in some of the things that you are working on and interested in, be the first person to reach out to them, meaning drop them a note, call them, leave them a message somewhere, send them a direct message on their social media, try to add them to your network in some way, and then leave them a friendly message saying, hey, it was so great to meet you at such and such event. These are some of the things that I work on and I was so interested in what you do as well, so let's keep in touch. It's free to do this. It takes 15 seconds, and it is always very impressive to the other person when they have been reached out to by someone who is virtually a stranger. But trust me when I say that the number one way to build and up-level your professional brand is by making genuine connections. People buy from people. People like to do business with friendly people who they like to have a friendly relationship with. So when you make the first point of contact, you are putting yourself in front of that person and reminding them that, hey, I'm here, these are the things that I do, and I would love to keep in touch with you. Now, if this video was helpful for you, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss anything in the future. And don't forget to share it with one of your friends who might be looking to up-level their professional brand this year. If this topic of using social media to boost your business or to get eyes on your business in particular are interesting for you, make sure that you check out the link in my bio for a free resource so that you can learn how to use social media the right way to move your business forward. Until next time, take care.